Welcome to this fairly rough recording that I made this afternoon doing a LibraryBox 2.0 beta install. Thank you to Jason Griffey for getting this beta version to us in time for our Vala 14 bootcamp session next week. To set up a LibraryBox you will need a MR3020 wireless router and a large size storage device, USB device. This particular one is very tiny, which means it makes for a very small and portable LibraryBox. This is what the router itself looks like. It fits in your hand. It comes with a power adapter, an Ethernet cable, and a power cable for connecting to a USB power source or through that adapter. You need to set the wireless router onto WISP mode. The little USB key fits in there, but we will need to take that out to do something before the installation. So this is the Ethernet cable, fits in there. And the power cable has a little small connection just next to the Ethernet connection. The other end of the power cable, of course, we're going to plug into the adapter. Okay, so the next step is we can connect that to the power source and just check that it's working. And you can see that the little green light is showing there, showing that the power is working to the device. The other end of the Ethernet cable will connect into the LibraryBox. Okay, so before we do the installation we have to take that USB key and we have to put some files onto it. So I'm just going to put it straight into the laptop for the moment, and I'm going to grab a couple of files that I've already put onto a Dropbox folder. Now I made a bit of a mistake here. I put it on the install_LibraryBox folder, and that should have, one step down from there is one called install, and that's the one I should have done. And the other file you can see there highlighted is the OpenWRT firmware that we'll be putting on the router. After doing that, we then take the USB key and put it back into the wireless router and connect it all up, and we're all set then. For the next step we can see that it's powered up and we're ready to go. Now you can see that the laptop's not connecting to it just yet. Once it's powered up though, I can then see it on the network, and I'll just make this, just add this to the home network now for now to get that out of the way. Okay, the next step is to open up a browser and connect to the wireless router, and using the standard issue username and password to connect for the very first time. Okay, this will get us to the system tools for the wireless router, and what we're going to do is upgrade or update the firmware. Now, one of the files that I put onto the USB key, another copy of that is what we will use here when we select the file. So I'm going back to my Dropbox folder where I got that other file from. There it is. And now let's do the commit to the upgrade. Now this next little section of video I've actually compressed. It's playing at about twice the speed of how long it actually took to do the firmware upgrade and for the router to restart itself. Okay, so that's worked properly, and of course the device is now going to restart itself and do the magical bits where it will install the LibraryBox and all the bits and pieces it needs for running that. And that will take roughly 10 minutes. At the end of that time, you'll then be able to detect the LibraryBox wireless network and connect to it. So you can see that I'm connecting to it there using my tablet device. Back on the laptop, I can now see that the Wi-Fi is available, and I'm going to connect to that because we need to set a password on the device. So we just telnet into that, and there's a shell script on there that we need to run, which will set up a little menu where you can change some of the options on there. So I'm just going to set the password, so option 1. And then we can exit out of there. The last thing that we need to do is look at organising the content that we want to share on the LibraryBox. LibraryBox 2.0 will come with a starter kit that you can use. I haven't used it in this case. I just wanted to show you where you can go and put it. So the LibraryBox folder, and then into the shared folder, and then set up 4 folders which correspond to the navigation on the interface for the LibraryBox. So there's some information about the LibraryBox project on there. Statistics is a new area, a new feature with this version. You can see only 4 people have connected to this particular box. It comes with the familiar chat interface as well, so you can either anonymously, or you can give yourself a name, send a message to everybody who is connected to the LibraryBox at any one time. And so far no downloads have happened from this particular box. It's so brand new.